Welcome, friends, family, fans, future fans. I'm excited today, and I want to share something with you that I've been working on for over a year, and they're called Family Fun Days events. And it's presented by our very own nonprofit that we are creating, GameChangers Universal Events. And the cool thing is, it might be coming to a community near you. Right now, we're working here in the Woodlands, Texas, which is North Houston. I ended up playing my music for the Woodlands Chamber of Commerce last May, and they liked my music and they said, hey, you need to do this event here in the Woodlands. So I've been working on it for a year. We're putting it all together, and hopefully it's going to be a free local community event. And what's going to happen is we're going to issue free tickets. People can sign up, get the tickets, get them for their family, and come to this all-day event. And we'll probably hold it on a Saturday or a Sunday, when people are off. And so you get up in the morning and you figure out what time you want to go. Bring your kids, bring your friends, bring extended family, co-workers, however you want to do it. Everybody comes in, you come up to the gate, you have your free ticket, and get handed a brochure, something like this, and it'll have a map of everything that's all over we're going to put them all together. Each one will be according to each event we do. And so you can also go to the website, find your community, and see what's scheduled for that day as well. But what we want to do is we want to focus on hope and encouragement and fun. COVID shut so many things down. We got isolated. People are starting to have fun now. And what we want to do is we want to target mental health, suicide prevention, human trafficking. We want to reach out to our vets, and there's other nonprofits in local communities too that we want to feature. Because a lot of times, people, they go on their phones or they go on their computer and they search, and there's just so much going on. But if we have something that people can come to, they can see what's available in the community, and we get to meet our neighbors, make new friends, and see that not everybody's like what the media tells us. There's a lot of people out there. I drive for Lyft. I've done 8,500 rides now in the last 4 years, and most everybody I get, I would say 96% are super. And there's a few that are going through some things. They're dealing with some issues. But most of us, we're all Americans, and we're here to help one another. And so what we want to focus on is helping people find their God-given dreams or their life dream, however you want to say it. Because if you're going for your dream, depression and everything else is behind you. So what we're going to do in the Woodlands, we have some nonprofits behind us already. We have Hands of Justice, which is a human trafficking restoration organization. We have Hope Haven, which helps the homeless. We have the Montgomery County Task Force, which is on behavioral health and suicide prevention. It's a task force put together by Judge Wayne Mack. And what we're going to do is we're going to focus on and feature these nonprofits. We're going to have some short films. You can go by their booth. You can watch the films. They'll be up on stage throughout the day, sharing from their perspective what they're doing in the community, and to get some information out there to educate people. This stigma about suicide, it needs to go away. We need to start learning how to talk to each other, learning how to watch for the signs and help our family and our friends and our coworkers and neighbors. And so we're going to have that. We're going to have different speakers throughout the day. We're going to have some films on human trafficking. These are movie type films. We're going to have some films on suicide prevention, fiction. We are filming my wife's true story right now, the short film. So we're working on that. Hopefully we'll have it ready by then. before we do the feature length film. And so we have a lot of wonderful things planned to help the community. And so you get your tickets. We may have them on the phone. I don't know how we're going to do them. We may have them printed and on the phone. And you go up to the gate, you show them your ticket, and you get in. You look at your map, and you decide where you want to go first. And so the first thing you're going to notice when you get there is there's going to be some banners from our sponsors. And we're going to have some advertising, some digital advertising at different places all over where the event is. And we may even have some businesses that put a QR code there. And maybe they're doing a special raffle, or maybe you can get a gift if you scan their QR code and tag them in your social media. We're also going to have some booths that you're going to see, some canopies, tents. They could be 10 by 10s. They could put more than that together and advertise to show you what they do for you in your community. We may have services. We may have the fire department out there, the local police department, so you can speak with your local community service people. We're going to have some booths that are going to help the community find out what they have for the community, what's available for the homeless, what's available for those needing help with their utilities or food. They're going through a rough patch. What's available? What's there? So here in the Woodlands, there's a group called Interfaith. The churches get together and they send funds there, and they help with a lot of things, even utilities. So, but when you move to the Woodlands, do you know that? How can you find out? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to scale it to where we can bring it to all communities for free. And we're still working on putting all that together. The main thing that we're working on now is the nonprofit. So you're going to see all these tents, and maybe you cross by one of them and it's one of the businesses you really wanted to talk to, but you hadn't had time to go there or schedule an appointment. So you can see them face to face. You can hear whether they're friendly. You be the judge. Of course, they can look at you and see the same thing. So it's good. We need to get back to face-to-face communication. And so after that, you might want to check out the entertainment stage. See what shows are available. We're not looking for superstars. If we get some superstars to come in and help, that's great. But we're going to have entertainment all day. We're going to have singers, songwriters. Who knows? I might share a few of my songs. I want to get a band together that can help back up individuals, singers, songwriters. We're going to have dancers. We may even have a show with music and dance. Have some comedians, stuff like that. And we even have a theatrical production that we wrote that we might do as well in certain communities when we have the time to put the cast together and do that. We want to showcase the talent that's in each community, because see, if the community knows what's there, then they can pull from that pool for different things that the community wants to do, to help each other, to help their neighbors. And so we're going to have these trails. The map is going to show where everything's marked out. The community they can choose their own theme. And I'm going to use the cowboy theme because I'm most familiar with it growing up in a small town in Texas. And so maybe we'll have some fences that look like the old corrals or something like that. And we'll make some signposts, street posts. And we can label each lane, create our own little lanes, get creative with this, get the community designers in on this. Let's have fun with it. And so you look on your map, you're going down Cowboy Lane, you go into the OK Corral, or, whatever you want to call it. So the next thing you see on your map is a games and fun area. Maybe there's an arcade there. Maybe in the community, there's some businesses that have some children's games, that have a bounce house and stuff like that. Well, maybe they're sponsors too. Maybe they're bringing that for free to show the community what they have. Or maybe there's some arcade games, things like that, that cost money. We might even have rides and little roller coasters and a Ferris wheel and stuff like that. It just depends on what the community wants to do. Schedule your time though, because you might want to catch a certain show on the main stage, but you might get there too, and the kids are just all ready to go, and you got to let them, get rid of some of that energy so they might be able to sit with you through a show or something like that, or bring extra people and trade off on taking care of the kids. Just to have fun, to meet people. And as you look on your map again, you see another lane that goes to the petting zoo, maybe horseback riding, maybe something along those lines. And you get a little bit further and you see the cooking zone or the cooking walkway or whatever you want to call it, and where they have a cook-off contest, maybe chili contest, maybe crawfish in certain places, maybe seafood, maybe barbecue, maybe all of them. Get people together and taste the food and help them by maybe buying some food. Figure out what you want, go get it, and sit down together and enjoy the food. We might even have some event-themed competitions, rodeos type stuff in a certain area. Maybe a calf roping contest, a barrel race. It depends on where they put the event, what venue, and all of that. You look down on the map going the other way, and you might find a farmer's market where you can buy from the farmers. Have a craft show, maybe a pie baking contest or cake. The sky's the limit, whatever you want to do. Then we're going to have a special tent with a stage where these nonprofits that are featured can get up on the stage throughout the day, certain times, maybe 15 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, and share with the community what they do. Maybe do some educating on what to watch out for with human trafficking. Maybe talk about suicide prevention, what you need to do to watch your spouse and your kids and their friends to see when things aren't going right. And I could share some stories on that myself. I've heard so many stories. And it's not always, where you have to be hospitalized or see a counselor. Sometimes it's just life crushing in on people and they just need somebody to talk to and help. And at this stage, we'll also have some films. Film on human trafficking. There's a movie called 8 Days by some friends of mine from Dallas who wrote the screenplay, directed and produced it. It's a very good film on what to watch out for, how to inform our younger generation on what to watch out for. Don't go walking down the street staring at your phone and not paying attention to what's around you. Things like that. We may even have some raffles, have some businesses that maybe they can't advertise in the other ways, but they also want to give some of their items, in a raffle that can help meet the expenses for the event. And if there's extra, to give into some of the designated nonprofits that the community decides on. And for communities that want to go all out, maybe a fireworks show, a local community help booth, things like that. So in a nutshell, that's what the event is about. It's about bringing people out of isolation to have some fun and help us identify who needs help and maybe get to know your neighbors. They might be your best friend. Maybe you'll find somebody that has something that you need to fulfill your dream. Maybe there's a singer and a bass guitar player and a drummer, and they're all looking to put a band together. What about actors? What about doing theatrical productions and skits and stuff in your community just to help? The arts is a good way to draw people in, but it's a powerful medium to help and to educate. And we're not doing this to become superstars. We just want to help the people in our country and abroad to come back to being humans, to going for our dreams again and helping one another. Now, we've set up this GoFundMe project to help us get the nonprofit together. We've already got half the money for it, so we're going forward creating the nonprofit. We're also going to have some funds for the staff in order to put all this together. I'm working about 80 hours a week right now, paying for our expenses, and the other part putting this together. And I've gotten to a place now where I need to put all of my time into it. So the money's going to go to that. It's going to go to helping us with the short film projects. The first one that we're doing is a short film on my wife's true story, and it's called Sentenced to Death, Destined for Life. Her story, when I met her, before we even got together or anything, I thought it was one of the most miraculous stories there is. It's very intense. We have the website up, and that website address is sentencedtodestinedforlife.com. Now, for the main tour site and all of this information, you can go to my tour site, which is joseph-james.net. And if you click on the FFD tab, that will take you to the Family Fun Days overview. We'll be updating it. We'll be switching out information. We have an itinerary tab that will bring people up to date. We've got some sponsors there. We've got some advertisers. We'll be updating that as well. So it's all there, folks. And if you need help, if you have something that you want to do to help, please go to the website, fill out the contact form, and it will send me the email. We get so much spam that I don't want to put my information out there, but if you reach out to us, we'll get back in touch with you. And if you want to talk by phone, we can do that at that point. So I just wanted to share with you quickly just an overview of what we're doing. And if you want us to come to your community, just let us know. You know, you can do your part, word of mouth. If you want to make some money, we have some ways to do that. You know, the exciting thing about the GoFundMe project is this: there are rewards. So I told you about we're doing the short film, and this is, you can see the movie poster, the sample movie poster that we put together when you go to either website. This is my wife's biography. It's in full color. We have 93 color photos in there. This is the limited edition. So when you give to the GoFundMe, you can get a free book. For $40 or more in donations, you can get this free Sentenced to Death, Destined for Life, the Janice Turner Hartman story. And I mean, it is really nice. This is the cover. I took the picture of Key West when we were down there, but you can see the photos in here. And just all throughout. So you can get that with a $40 donation or more. If you give $100 or more, you can get this book free, autographed by me, with a limited number on there, limited edition number. We've already sold 6 of these, so I've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 numbered. So the next person that gives $100 to the GoFundMe gets number 7. I don't know if that means anything in the future, but when we get at a stopping point here, when we raise the money we need for the film and for this project, and then for the full-length movie, I'm going to come out with a different edition, so this one will be gone. So if you want that, it's available now. And for $150 or more, I'm also including my Dreamers Inc. book, which is also full color pictures. And this book I wrote to help people find their God-given dreams. And so I've got a certificate in the back that people can sign. They can write their dreams out. And if you go through it in a group situation, each person can write down their name and phone number, and you print it out, you put it up in your house, and if you happen to be going through a really tough time, you don't think you can make it, maybe you'll see the certificate and start calling your friends. And once you call them, you tell them what's going on, they know immediately because they went through the whole book with you. There's also 11 podcasts that I'm doing and I've done on my What's Your Story podcast. And those podcasts go over each chapter. So it's kind of like getting your own course, okay? So that's available, $150 or more. You get the limited edition book, autographed and numbered, plus this book. So, help us spread the word too. And if you need to make some extra money doing that, I can explain how you can do that. Churches and organizations, I have a way where you can help us raise money and bring in money for raising funds for your organization and what you're doing. So let me know, and God bless you. Thank you for helping, and hopefully we'll see you in your community or one nearby soon.